What's good, YouTube? So it has been a minute since I posted any type of videos on this account right here. If you follow me on Instagram, you've noticed that I haven't been posting any type of YouTube videos on this account, but I have been posting YouTube videos in general. It's been on me and my wife's mutual account that we've made just to show our lives, because both of us post videos on social media. So we decided to combine her account that was just hers for her gym content and make that just our little family account type of deal. But this is just a little video on an update, because I know if y'all have followed me on Instagram, you've noticed that I've gotten rid of the Mustang and I've picked up a ZL1. And in this video, I just wanted to give y'all a little background story on everything that led up to buying this car and getting rid of the Mustang, and just the whole process in general. I made an Instagram video, about almost 2 months ago, how I was saying that I wanted to get rid of the Mustang and get a new car because it wasn't what I loved. And that was the truth. And it took two or so months, 2.5 months, just to find a perfect car. But I really didn't think that I would end up with this bad boy that is right here. It's a 2019 ZL1 6-speed. I didn't want the 10-speed just because I just wanted to have fun and stick with it. I told myself, like, after getting that Mustang and driving it, I told myself I would have a whole lot more fun with driving a 6-speed in any type of muscle car than going with the automatic and just being faster in general. Show y'all a little up close on the little carbon fiber. My favorite part right here is just the hood design, and then that supercharger that's sitting right there. Ooh wee. This car it's a monster. I've only had it for a week and I'm in love with it, bro. It's a dream car of mine, and I've wanted it for a very long time, and now it's finally in my possession, and I really can't believe that I made it happen this soon. God made it happen. All I can say is it's God. But let me go get in the car, because I know there's a lot of cars passing by right here, and it's freezing cold outside. And I'm just gonna cruise around town and just give y'all a little history lesson on my life for the past 2 months, on the reasons why I haven't been posting at all. So, like I said, this video, hopefully it's just short, sweet, and simple. I'm about to go drive out to the house that we're building. If you haven't been following us on our Instagrams or our YouTube channel that me and my wife have together, me and Emerson, go follow that. I'm of course gonna put it in the description, but I probably will put it on the screen somewhere right here. I have the mic on, as you can see, and it's picking up all the audio that I want it to. I turned up the sensitivity on the camera, and that is mainly so y'all can hear that supercharged whine that's on this LT4 motor. Sorry if you can hear the background noise, and sorry if my voice is a little too high for y'all, but trying to make do with what I got, because I haven't been recording lately how I should. So I feel like I'm in a little funk. Let me getting back into it with just knowing the settings and everything for the camera. Of course, you guys know that I am in a manual ZL1, and like I just said, I did that because the last time I had an automatic car was the 2SS Camaro that I had, and I noticed that I got bored in it. Not to the sense that it was boring, but to the sense that I didn't have much to do. But that's why I ended up getting a 6-speed and the ZL1. I also heard that these Tremec transmissions are a game changer, just because it has the no lift shift that I have not tried out yet. I'm actually terrified to try it out, just because, like, it's something different. Coming from the MT82 and going to this car is like, it's like eating pumpkin pie and then going to sweet potato pie. That's a game changer. Little background story on my last Camaro that got stolen. So you guys probably know that I had an SS right before this Camaro, and going into getting that car, like, I literally wanted that car since I was a kid. I wanted a Camaro since I was a kid, and then I knew I wanted to create content on it, so I found the best looking one there was, and that was a 2SS at the time that I could afford, and I custom built it. And finally, like 4 or 6 months later, went to go pick it up. I love that car, had it for 2 years, and then it got stolen from me. And I barely even scratched the surface of building it up to what I wanted to do, just because I was so new to the game and didn't necessarily know where to start, what to do. I was doing a whole lot of exterior mods instead of going towards the motor. And once I finally started like getting into like the racing scene, the car got stolen from me. And once it got stolen, I knew I wanted another Camaro after that. But it was just the fact that it was 2024. That's when they started to stop. That's when they cut production for them. I didn't want to spend, knowing that I spent, what did I spend on that car? 47 with adding custom stuff that I really didn't need. Just trying to get another good looking one that I had. I was looking at another 2SS, but this time I was looking for a manual. One, the markup on them were crazy, and then trying to find a manual nowadays is like nearly impossible. It's so hard to find one. Just finding this one just stuck out like a sore thumb, and it was like, you gotta go get that. God was telling me, you gotta go get that right now, or like it's game over. Like I ain't gonna give you no other opportunity as good as this one. But back into that, I wanted another Camaro, but they just didn't have any for a good, reasonable price. And so I ended up looking at Ford, which I knew they just came out with a new Mustang, new body. I was like, all right, let me give it a try. I thought that getting the Mustang would have been beneficial just for me making content. It's a new Mustang. People want to see it be modified. People want to see it when that tuning first comes out. What will it do? Like, how will it perform? But just getting into it, it was my last option. I should have waited until I stacked up a little bit more money. Not saying I couldn't afford it at the time, but I didn't think it was a smart financial thing to do at the time. I was playing it scared and I was trying to play it safe. And in the long run, I think it really messed me over. Things could have played out a little bit differently, but everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that. But yeah, I ended up going to buy the Mustang just off the sole purpose of content. Knowing me myself, I have never fantasized about owning a Mustang a single day of my life. And that was my first mistake, like not loving the car. It wasn't even love at first sight. It was just more of, all right, this might be beneficial if I go get you. Things could turn out a little differently with my content and making. And speaking of Mustang, that was a 5.0. Any video I've made and pushed out of the Mustang, it wasn't forced. It wasn't like I didn't like it. I love racing the car. And I think it being a manual made me love it even more just because I was so in tune with the car. But as time went on, I knew that's not what I wanted long term. And I knew that if I stayed in it, I was gonna put way more money and it was gonna be too late to get out of it. Nobody knows this, but back, I got the car February, March last year, 2024. Come July, I was looking at like, how much would a dealership give me for the car? And I was in negative equity with it. But at the time I was like, I'll leave it alone. Maybe I'll, love it enough to, who knows? I don't know. I was just thinking BS crap at the time. I tried to play the long game, but it just didn't work out. This past January, when I made that video of me wanting to sell the car, it wasn't out of just like spite. It was like, I don't like this car enough to keep it. And if I'm making videos on a car, I want to keep it long term. And of course, a Camaro, I'm gonna do that no matter what. It could have been an SS, it could have been a ZL1, it could have been a Z28. It's a Camaro. Like I just love them. It's something like I got a soul tie with it damn near. Not saying I'll never get a Mustang in the future again, but it's not what I want right now. Over the course of the past 2 months, I have been looking every day to get out of that car. And I wasn't even looking to get a ZL1. I was looking to get a C7 Corvette, and it wasn't even a Z06. I told myself I wasn't even gonna get a boosted car until later down the road, but the opportunity presented itself with the great price that I was like, bro, God is just throwing this in your face right now. Like, there's no way. I've been asking for signs. I've been praying. There's no way you can't open your eyes and see something like that. None of you know this, but if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me post my car that was at a dealership. Not this car, but the Mustang. You may have seen me post that car at the front of a dealership. I actually sold it, mind you, and they gave me a great price for it. So a bunch of dealerships were only trying to give me $30,000 for the car. Since I knew the salesman, he was trying to work something out, and he was trying to give me $37,000, which they ended up giving me $36,700, which is like $300 off of it. So I'm like, bro, I'm not about to complain about $300. I owe realistically $42 on it. So like, bro, I take that negative equity, just pay the rest of it off. Ended up having to contact the dealership and go get the car back. Like, I got the car back from the dealership after I sold it to them already. And thank you, God, that they were kind enough to even do that, because they could have been stuck up and not gave me the car back. They could have tried to sell it. Man, I mean, so many things could have happened. Like, I literally signed a bill of sale giving them the car, which I was trying to take things into my own hands instead of letting God guide me. But that was just because I was so stressed, and like, I was like, bro, I hate this car. I hate this car. Not I hate, it's a good car, but like, I don't like it enough to keep it. So I was forcing it, tried to get rid of it at the time, and ended up not working out, which things happen, whatever. And that was 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago today, maybe. And just come last week, me and Emerson, like, we were both talking. We were like, bro, we're in such a good financial position that we could just take that negative equity and throw it on top of another car and be perfectly fine with the monthly payment and just refinance it after the house is done. We had our conversations about it, and I didn't think that we were going to go to a dealership until next month, realistically, which is mid-March. But she was just like, let's go look at cars. Like, let's just get up, go to dealerships, go see what they got to offer. What are you doing? I'm just gonna pass you. Bro is literally driving on the wrong side of the road. But yeah, she said, let's just go look at cars. Let's go see what some dealerships have. I started looking again that morning, and I ended up seeing this ZL1 that I'm in right now. It's a manual. It only had 36,000 miles on it. It was a 2019, and it was $55,000. To me, that is a steal. These cars alone are going for 60, 65 plus, and they're selling it for 55, but I'm assuming they were selling it for 55 because it was a standard, and nobody drives one nowadays. In my head, I'm like, bro, that's a cheap price. It's 36,000 miles on the car. It's the color I wanted. It's a manual car. Only thing that it was that I didn't want was a ZL1. Just that alone was just a plus factor. And to me, like, I called the dealership right away. I was like, bro, we could work out something right now. I'll be on the way literally today. I was already planning on going to look at cars, but like, bro, give me a better reason to just drive out there. It was an hour away from the house. Give me a better reason to just get out there right now. I ended up getting out there probably like 2 hours, 3 hours after I got off the phone with the dealership that morning, and going out there and getting rid of the car. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that, because literally everything that played out in that video was just like, it just happened. Like, it wasn't meant to happen, it just happened. But yeah, that's just like a little background story on these past 2 months. Like, things have been a little hectic, but everything happened for a reason. And now we're in a 2019 ZL1. I can't wait until we start modifying the car. It's gonna be a little minute before I start doing stuff that's crazy to it, just because we're in a position of, we're still building a house. Have to be a little smarter with money, just because we're in a tight position with the house situation, and that's a whole nother story on its own. Nothing bad. It's just being self-employed and going to try to build a house and purchase a house. It's a whole lot of steps to that are just crazy. But yeah, bro, I can't wait to get out to the streets, go out race. And if I do, I'll probably start posting more short-based videos on that, because I want to switch up the way I make videos and the way I make content, just to put my face, put my life in the videos a lot more. But this channel alone will be nothing but car content, like strictly car content, car related, maybe a little bit of my life every now and then, but it's strictly that, just because now we have 2 channels. And if you're not subscribed to the other one, please go subscribe. It's not like it's gonna be a boring channel, a little couples channel. Nah, we no offense to people that make those type of videos, but me and Emerson find it a little cringy when we try to go make something like that. It just don't work out for us. That was just a little background on the last 2 months. Let's see if y'all can hear this whine though. Hope y'all stay tuned, and I hope y'all like this little update on this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all have a great day.